Welcome to Be the Light 365 and Pastor Jake. We're in Mark chapter 7, verses 31 through 37 for our Bible study. Now, Jesus is out on the coast of Tyre and Sidon and the Sea of Galilee, and he goes out through this to Decapolis, and he comes out, and there's this man who comes up to him, and he's deaf, and he also has a speech impediment. Well, it's funny how Jesus puts his fingers in his ears this time, instead of just touching him or just saying, and then he spits and he touches the man's tongue, and he looks up to heaven and he sighs and says, he says the word epitheia, that is, be open. And what's really funny is how he does it. Every time he heals somebody, it's different, because everybody else is different. Just like with the blind man, he touches his eyes, he sees trees, a man walking around his trees, he looks at it again, he touches it again, and he sees normal. Everything Jesus does, he does it Jesus' way, God's way. And that's one thing we have to realize in this world, is God's way. It's not always the way we think it should go. Instead of this man's eyes just, ears being open and his speech being right and everything, just Jesus saying, hey, you're healed. Just like he said with the man lowered down through the roof, you're healed, your sins are forgiven, go, get up and walk. He didn't say that. He went and stuck his fingers in his ears, touched his tongue, did all this stuff, and then said, be open. Just be open. One of them, he had one of the blind men he put mud on his eyes and then told him to go wash in the pool. See, God does it God's way. Might not be the way we think it's going to go, because trust me, I've been around God enough to know God's way is not always our way. He's going to do it His way no matter what. I mean, we can sit there and explain to God, and I've sat there with myself and explained to God, let's do it this way, God. Let it happen like this. Let it happen like this. And plan it out for God. And God come around and do it a whole different way, just to teach me something. That His way is always the best. That His way is the only way you're going to be healed. The only way you're going to have, get out of the problems you're having. Your relationships, everything. God does it His way. He says, be married before you do something. That is God's way, and that's the way we need to do it. God's way.